So nobody's exactly sure. Some people say 2,000, some people say 3,000, some people say 4,000, but some thousand years ago, this gentleman named Patanjali wrote a book called the Yoga Sutra. And in the Yoga Sutra, he lays out a lifestyle, a yogic lifestyle, wherein the asanas, or the postures that we do, that we think of as yoga, is really just one of 8 limbs of yoga. And the other 8 limbs tell us all sorts of things about how Patanjali sets forth how we should live, how we should do self-care, how we should interact with others, what we should eat and drink, all sorts of things. And none of it is ever offered as a mandate, but more as a path towards becoming more and more enlightened, which is finally samadhi, which is what he hopes we arrive at as we practice the yogic lifestyle. Of course, Patanjali was writing to people who intended to live as monks, which is not how we intend to live. So we take from Patanjali what we like and we leave what does not serve us. One of the limbs of Patanjali's Yoga Sutra are called the yamas. And the yamas and the niyamas are Patanjali's ideas on the things that we should avoid and the things that we should cultivate in our lives. The first is the yama of Ahimsa, and that's the one we're going to talk about today and on Thursday. And Ahimsa translates to non-violence, so non-harming, never harming anything. So this is why a lot of Hindus are vegetarian, because they do not like to harm or kill anything. For the purposes of today and in our yoga practice, we're going to think about non-harming on the mat first, and then on Thursday, we'll think about non-harming off the mat. So, welcome to a very quick study on Ahimsa on the mat on Tuesday morning in the gray and the heavy. Whew. So, get comfy. We're only going to sit for a moment, and then we're going to quickly find ourselves to standing. But for right now, the invitation is to close your eyes. Maybe in the spirit of Ahimsa, bringing a beautiful smile to the face. It doesn't have to be too big, just whatever feels comfortable. And many of my teachers, when they talk about Ahimsa on the mat, it's the notion of being very mindful of how we practice the asanas, or the postures, in a way that is non-harming towards ourselves. Now, that doesn't mean that there's no sensation, but that we're mindful about the sensation, staying away from any type of harm, that we do not harm ourselves, that we infuse our yoga practice with layers of self-care. And so when we move into our asanas, we think about the sensation as being neutral. And then on either side of that neutral, there's a movement towards pleasure and there's a movement towards pain. And that we try to balance and stay towards the pleasure. And that we allow for sensations of stretch and movement that feel good or neutral. That we modify anything that feels like pain. So taking a great big deep breath, feeling how that breath feels. Lengthening the spine, pressing down to lift up. Ahimsa. Keeping that breath neutral and pleasant. Let's practice that for just a moment. Maybe relaxing the hands. If you feel trouble sitting like this, trust and believe that it took me a long time to sit like this without pain. But practicing Ahimsa, offer yourself any type of help or support. Breathing in and breathing out. Ahimsa, setting the intention to practice non-harming on the mat. And gently opening our eyes. Maybe rolling the shoulders, just a little bit of movement, maybe moving the head, whatever feels right. Maybe wiggle the fingers, make some circles with the wrists. Whew. And we're just gonna find ourselves right onto tabletop. Right into our tabletop, spreading the fingers nice and wide. And we're gonna go right into an inhale of cow. Noticing how that feels, pressing into the tops of the feet, keeping it nice and pleasant. Exhaling to cat. And just go back and forth with that a couple of times, keeping in mind that idea of Ahimsa, non-violence on the mat. Non-violence, non-harming towards yourself. Making each movement a study in what feels good. Imagine looking for what feels good in the body. That's Ahimsa. Moving and flowing. Beautiful. And then come to stillness. And what we're going to do is bend and look over the left shoulder. And I'm going to bring my left hip towards my left shoulder as well. So I'm opening up the right side body. Practicing Ahimsa, pressing into the tops of the feet, taking a few breaths here. Opening that right rib cage. And then whenever you're ready, bringing this over to the other side. Bringing the right shoulder and the right hip towards each other. Opening up that left side. Breathe into it. Inhale Ahimsa. Exhale Ahimsa. And now back and forth a couple of times. From right to left. Seeing if you can bring your hip towards your shoulder. Great job. Beautiful. Love this. And then coming to stillness. Rolling the toes on the left foot under and pressing the left foot all the way back. So we're taking this initial stretch to get ready for downward dog. And this is part of that practice of Ahimsa. We're preparing. And go ahead and roll over that foot so that the toes flatten out and then back, press through the heel. Forward and back, forward and back. Great. Bring that left foot in and the right toes under and stretch it back, push through the heel. Beautiful job. Take a great big deep breath, Ahimsa. And then roll over those toes. Notice the sensation. If anything feels harmful, we modify. Change it up. Allow it to be what we need it to be. And then come to stillness. Bringing that foot in, that leg in. And then stretching the hands out just a little bit, turning both toes under. Big, deep inhale. And exhaling, coming into downward facing dog. Ta-da! Make any adjustments that feel right for you today. Looking for a good feeling. Pressing into the fingertips to offer a little bit of support to the wrists.
walking that dog. Go ahead and bend one knee and bend the other. Let your hips move side to side. Feel that opening, very similar on the side body to what we just did in our tabletop. Look at that. Nice. And come to stillness. Really express that downward facing dog. Press the heart towards the thighs. Open up the fingers. Check and see how this feels. If it's too much, come on down to your knees for a moment. Practice Ahimsa. If it feels sort of pleasurable, like you're building some strength, creating some space, stay with it. Go ahead and bring the knees down. And walk yourself back onto your heels. And now here's where things are going to get interesting. We're going to turn those toes under again and walk ourselves, keep walking so that the knees come up and we come right into a squat. Now, I've been doing this a long time and my heels are still up off the mat. So no worries if your heels are off the mat. Elbows are right into that fleshy part of the knees. Bring the hands together and start pressing those knees open a little bit. Now you can make the feet as wide as you like. So you might want to take a moment and widen the stance of the feet. Totally up to you. Make adjustments. Ahimsa. Hands are together. And let's just take a few breaths here. Allowing gravity to pull the hips down and open the pelvis. Apply as much pressure as feels good to those knees. One more breath. Big as you can make it. Fluff up the lungs. Exhale. Go ahead and bring the hands down to the mat. Spread the fingers wide, right in front of your feet. And we're going to start to lift the hips up, up, up. Heels come down into a forward fold. Keep the knees bent as much as you need to. Let the head hang. So take a moment of Ahimsa. Feel what you feel. Look for what feels good. If you find something that does not feel good, adjust. Adjust. Doing what you need to feel good is called self-care. Oh, it's hard, but that's why we practice. All right, bending the knees a little bit, pulling the belly button towards the spine. Engage the core, let the head hang. Start to press into your heels and the balls of your feet and lift yourself up. Use the core, pull the belly button to the spine, lifting, lifting, getting nice and tall. One vertebrae at a time, standing. Beautiful. Go ahead and adjust yourself. And then coming to the center of the mat. Now you may want to be facing, however it is that you like to face so that you can see me. I'm going to turn this way so you can see me through the front. Woo! Take a nice stance with feet about hip distance apart, maybe even a little bit further. Remember, the wider your base, the more stable you're going to feel. And we are going to just lift the foot up a little bit, okay? Now you're not going to be able to see my arms when they go up over my head, so I'll talk to you about what my hands are doing. Nothing fancy, I promise. All right, arms by the side. Let's take a nice big deep breath in. Lift the arms up. Look up at the hands. Interlace the fingers and then flip your hands so that the palms are facing the ceiling. Good, great, great, great. Now bring your gaze back down to front facing. So you're looking at me or at the wall in front of you, and take a big breath and pull the arms back. Press the palms towards the ceiling, press down into the feet. Keep the knees slightly bent. Just don't lock them. Great job. Exhale, you're gonna bring the hands in front of you, still connected to here. Beautiful. We're going to release the right arm and bring it up, up, up. Inhale. And exhale, come on over towards the left. And we're going to inhale, straighten up, keep that right arm up. And then exhale, come over to the side again. This time, we're going to bring our weight into the left leg and lift that right leg up a little bit. Just a little bit. You can still touch with the toe if you need to. Great little bend in that left knee. Working on balance. Use the core. Breathe. And then come on back down. Let's do it again. Other side. Inhale. Interlace the fingers. Exhale. Press the palms up and pull back. Inhale. Exhale. Hands come down. Release that left arm. Inhale. Exhale. Bring it over. Great. Inhale. And then exhale, we're going to hover that left foot. Press the left foot and the left hand away from each other. Good job. Take a breath. Woo! Remember, you can always bring that toe down. Exhale. And land. Beautiful. All right, we're going to do that whole thing again, maybe twice, but a little bit faster, connected with the breath. Not quick, just a little bit faster. Connect to Ahimsa for a moment. Take your hands at your heart. Set an intention for only doing what feels good, maybe a little challenging, but that's the practice. We're practicing Ahimsa, non-harming. Here we go. Inhale. Interlace the fingers. Exhale, press the palms up. Inhale, pull the arms back. Exhale, bring the arms down. Inhale, release the right. Exhale, bend it over. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, release the foot. Inhale, land. Exhale. Inhale, arms up. Interlace the fingers. Exhale, press. Inhale, pull your arms back. Fill the lungs. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, bend it over. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, release that foot. Press hand and foot away. Inhale. Exhale. Woo! Great job. Let's do it again. Inhale. Interlace the fingers. Exhale. Press it up. Inhale. Pull the arms back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Great, you got it. Inhale it back. Woo! Exhale it down. Inhale. Interlace the fingers. Exhale, press it up. Inhale, pull the arms back, fill the lungs. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Let the leg go. Exhale. Press, press, press. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands through the center, heart all the way down. Fold. Woo, bend the knees as much as you need to. Great job. Maybe wag your tail a little bit. Make sure that the weight is in the back of the feet. Then go ahead and straighten the legs. Grab opposite biceps
Let your head hang between your arms and just roll side to side. This action comes from the hips, side to side. And then come to stillness, let the hands go. Pull the belly button towards the spine, then slowly roll it up again. Lift the toes, press into the back of your feet. Great, one more time, big inhale. Hands through center, roll it all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, pull the shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Hands out in front. Start to bring the bottom down, just like we did before. Come onto your toes if you need to. Come back into that squat. Elbows to the knees, hands to the heart. Take a breath. Hands back down to the mat. Walk it out. Come back into your tabletop. Look at that. Perfect timing. Go ahead and turn the toes under. Big deep breath. Come into downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide, press into the fingertips. Two more breaths here. Practice Ahimsa. Make any modifications you need to. Feel good in the shape. One more breath. Come on down to your knees. Cat and cow. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Really press your spine towards the ceiling. Get as much motion in that ocean as you can. Practicing Ahimsa. Do not push past comfort. Great job. Beautiful. Start to walk your bottom back onto your heels. Roll your wrists both directions. Wiggle the fingers. And bring yourself right back to your comfortable seated position, however that looks for you. And if you'd like, you can bring your hands wherever you'd like, but let's practice a consciousness mudra. So this one is really fun. You take your thumb and your index finger and bring them together. So it's almost like an okay sign. And then let those just sort of lightly rest, palms facing up on your knees. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Press down into the sits bones. Lift the head towards the ceiling. Tuck the chin. Feel your posture. Close your eyes. And breathe in pleasure. And breathe out discomfort. Let the shoulders soften. Breathe in self-acceptance. Breathe out any negative self-talk. Breathe in self-compassion. And breathe out any self-judgment. Set your intention for today to begin your practice of ahimsa, non-harming. It starts on the mat. It starts with you. First, no harming to self. Ahimsa. Breathe it in. And keep it with you all day long. Open your eyes. Thank you for short practice today.
Thank you.
I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you, my friends. Tomorrow,
You too.
yay, regular. And then Thursday, our regular long form yoga practice, ahimsa off the mat.
Thank you.
All right. Have a great day, my dear friends.
Bye, you too.
See you soon. Bye-bye.